Hello, my name is Tenario Phillips. I am currently a grad student in Grand Canyon University, and here is my video presentation of findings and recommendations conducting enumerization slash footprinting of Kioptrix 1. Introduction. Enumerization. Now, the purpose of enumerization involves extracting information about a target system by actively acquiring it for details such as user accounts, network resources, and services. The goal is to identify and list as much information as possible about the target. Importance. Now, the importance of enumerization helps in understanding the structure and components of the target system. It provides a valuable insight into potential vulnerabilities, misconfigurations, and entry points that could be exploited during an attack. By enumerating active services and user accounts, attackers can gather intelligence to plan their next steps or attacks. Now, footprinting. The purpose of footprinting, also known as reconnaissance, is the process of collecting information about a target system or organization passively without directly interacting with that system or with that organization. This includes gathering data from publicly available sources such as websites, social media, domain registration records, and network information. Excuse me. Now, the importance of footprinting, it helps attackers build a comprehensive profile of their target. It can reveal details about the organization's infrastructure, employees, technologies the infrastructure uses, its potential weak points, and understanding the target's digital footprint, which is very crucial for attackers when they craft their target towards their attack. ifconfig. Now, this screenshot to the right is the ifconfig command that shows your operating system's IP address, which is what my IP address, which is inet 192.168.56.5. Now, you can see it also shows the RX packets and bytes, which is generally like the memory you have available, and it generally just give a basic concept of the network configuration information about your virtual machine that you're running with Kali Linux. Now here we show nmap. We do the command nmap 192.168.56.0 dash slash 24, and that command gives us the like an nmap scan and it basically gives us all our ports, some open ports that we can see. As you can see, I had 53 TCP. It's basically showing all the TCP ports. I also saw the service that the port goes into, such as the main Rodavius, UPnP, VNC, and so forth. It also shows other ports like 22 TCP, 80 TCP, 111 TCP, 139 TCP, 443 TCP. Just all of those are open ports. HTTP, as stated during the assignment, I think that is the internet, your internet connection. So, yeah. Now this is your basic nmap switch p switch. Then you space switch a 192.168.56.5, which is my IP address. The screenshot right here shows that command, and it's give us a result of like basically just a one open. I only had one open port on my virtual machine, which was the 80 TCP HTTP, which is, as we said in the previous slide, the intranet. It also shows that we're running on Linux 2.6x, or Apache, and Apache 2 slash Debian default page. It says it works. So device type, general purpose, meaning it's just for general use. And it also says OS CPE Linux underscore kernel 2.6. So like Linux 2.632. Network distance, it looked like it's not really going anywhere because I think we had the host only with Kioptrix 1. Now, the screenshot to your right for here is the command nmap switch is capital V in my IP address 192.168.56.5. The results showed that all the ports was closed and needed to be reset. Only one port was open, and that was 80 slash TCP HTTP Apache HTTPD, which is we know before is our internet. Now, it could be all closed because I had to update my virtual machine, which I later find out. But I think that's why all my ports was closed. But there you go. Flaw hypothesis mythology. Flaw hypothesis refers to a penetration testing technique that analyzes condition and documentation within a network system to create a list of hypothetical flaws. This methodology consists of 5 steps: flaw hypothesis, information gathering, flaw testing, flaw generalization, and flaw elimination. Now, flaw hypothesis is the proposed explanation or prediction regarding a weakness and a vulnerability within a system or its software. Information gathering is the collecting of data using numerous various sources such as social media platforming or public records and online databases. Flaw testing is the identifying of those potential weaknesses or vulnerabilities. Now, flaw generalization is the act of deriving those patterns, recognizing common commonalities in your system or software. Now, the elimination flaw elimination is the identifying and the use of patching and updating and reconfiguring of your system. Now, based on my hypothesis, here's the discovered things that I did see while I did my commands. My vulnerabilities I noticed was the TCP RPC bind in the 111 UDP RPC bind, 65529 closed TC ports. Um, it was that's what it said, had 6,000 or 65,529 closed TCP ports. And our open ports, all my ports wasn't opened. All my ports wasn't open. I only had a couple of them open, which was 22 TCP, 80 TCP, 111 TCP. And as we all know, the 80 TCP um is HTTP, which is our internet. Research flaws and reasons for flaws. Now, based on my observations, and this is my conclusion. Most flaws and vulnerabilities exist due not to updating the system or poor misconfiguration or an unsecure design of that system. From my observation, the vulnerabilities exist in the network due to not updating the system or poor configuration. And also, in my opinion, my operating system was configured correctly, but VirtualBox might have been outdated, meaning I didn't update my VirtualBox. Thank you to all of my citations and references that I have down below. I am Tenario Phillips, and thank you for looking at my presentation. One more thing, Professor Farr, I want to personally apologize to you. I've really have had a hard time understanding how to do some of these things. I've never had to do this before, and it really was a big learning experience. I know a lot of this is late, and it's no excuse for my work being late. But I just want to thank you for working with me and helping me. Thank you.